Hey everybody, I'm Andy Morris, Director of Golf here at Desert Highlands. And in this episode of Bob's Operation 100 Miles an Hour, we're going to be giving Bob a TPI screening for mobility. We're also going to have Kelly take him through some stick mobility exercises to work on some of his joint mobility. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the screen. Bob, have you ever done one of these before?
Never.
Excellent. All right. Well, we go through 16 different tests. They're all mobility based. One of them has a bit of strength. And hopefully this will only take us about 15 minutes and give us an idea of what areas you need to work on, what areas are moving well. All right, so what we'll do with these is I'm going to show you what I want you to do first, and then I'll have you do it, so that way you have an idea what we're working on. Step back just a couple steps. So this is called a pelvic tilt test. So same deal, we're going to get in like our 5 or 6 iron posture. Just put my arms across my shoulders. So what I want you to do in this one is we're testing how well we can tilt the pelvis. So you think about my belt. If this was like a 5-gallon bucket, I'm going to try to dump the bucket forward and then dump the bucket backwards. So it looks something like this. So dumping the bucket back, dumping it more forward. So I'm just tilting my belt line front and back from that golf posture.
Okay.
So step on in there and let's see how you do.
Ready?
Yep.
Tight. Tight.
So you can go back, okay? You go back to your normal golf posture, start on all over. Try to just go forward. No, I'm sorry, the other way. So that one, is that causing you pain or is it just not moving?
It's kind of tight both ways, to be honest with you.
Okay. For our next test, so similar deal, I'll do this face on. So we're gonna get in that same posture like we're hitting a 5 or 6 iron. And now I want to rotate my pelvis without moving my torso. So that's my goal, is to rotate that belt line without moving my torso.
Ready?
Yep.
Feels like rust.
Okay. So any pain while you're doing that?
It's just tight.
Let me try one thing. So if I go ahead and stay in there, I'm gonna try to help you stay still. Now you rotate.
But I feel like I'm moving my knees.
That's okay. These are, you're just not allowed to move your torso. Okay. So if I help you, you're able to do it a little bit. And for a lot of these tests, we're looking for not how much range of motion do you have, but like, can you do it at all? So it's not a pass or fail. It's, doing it a little bit is better than not being able to do it at all.
Okay.
Iron posture. Now what we want to do is, I don't want the belt to move at all. I want to just rotate my torso. And again, more amount is good, but the fact that we can move one without the other is what we're really looking for. What we'll do for this one is, it's a good way for us to evaluate if you're doing it right. Stand up straight for a second. Tuck that through your other belt loop. So now we'll really know if you're moving your hips or not. It's a good way to, if you're doing this on your own without somebody watching you, it's a good way to know if you're pulling it off or not. Okay, so we're trying to keep that stick from turning at all, but turn your upper body. Either way, easier or harder, or any pain?
No, this feels better than my pelvis.
Yep, that's common of most people, so you're good both directions there.
Yep.
Bob, that's the first one you passed. Great job. All right.
So in a golf stance and then go?
You're just squatting.
Just squat.
Yeah, just squatting down. How far down can you go?
Can I cheat?
Well, just do it how you're doing it. I just want to see. Okay, and back up.
That feels really good.
It's a good stretch, actually.
It is a great stretch.
Okay, so now comes the hard part. So you were able to do that without falling over. That's kind of why I do that as an intro test, because now I'm going to make it a whole lot harder.
Oh.
So club overhead, holding on either end of the club. As I squat, cannot put the club in front of my toes. So how far down can I go? So if I do this sideways, actually let's get this tilted down just a little bit. See if people can see me here. So the club doesn't go in front of my toes. How far down can I go? Let me adjust this just a little bit.
Ready? I can do the same thing, I just can't bring...
The club can't go forward. Okay, so you're forward. Okay, so go down. I'll tell you when you have to stop. Right there.
Okay.
Any pain?
No.
Okay, so yeah, that club's out in front of your toes still. Okay.
So what's the deal with that?
So that is a hip mobility issue. And we'll talk more about that at the end. Actually, we can do it right now. So one of the tests that I like to do is, we got a wall here, it's nice and flat. So I learned this in a powerlifting education deal. If your hips, we talk about like loading, and so Kelly, eventually we're gonna get you to strength with Kelly. We've been focused on mobility because we gotta be able to steer the car first, right?
Okay.
And then strength will be our brakes. And we don't wanna go fast until we can steer and we can stop, and then we'll go fast.
Okay.
And fast is the speed part, but strength will be next after we get the steering worked out. If you're gonna do like heavy squat lifting or deadlifting, your hips have to be mobile enough to do the exercise properly, or you're gonna hurt yourself. A lot of people say, you know, never deadlift, never squat, because I always get injured. Usually that means you have a mobility problem, and then you're trying to throw a bunch of weight on a part that doesn't move well, and guess what happens? So you get hurt, right? It's like adding the big engine without a good steering wheel, right? Like you're crashing a wall.
Okay.
So similar thing, if I'm up against the wall, I'm about 2-3 inches from the wall. For me to be able to squat down and get my butt under my knees, my hips have to go backwards to do that.
Okay.
So if you're tight all through your hip area and your hips don't go backwards, you have to go forward to squat down. But that's putting a bunch of strain on my low back. If I have my hips able to go backwards and I can stay not tilting forward. So this is a good way to practice this at home. To work on this is get up against a wall. Because if I try to tilt forward, I'm gonna hit the wall, right?
Yep.
So see how far down I can go. Now, if you try to overdo this, you're gonna fall over backwards. So make sure nothing's behind you. Don't hit your head or anything, but give that a try. It's a good way to practice this. So 1 inch or 2 from the wall with those toes. See, and really focus on throwing your hips back as you go down.
Back that way?
Yeah, like your hips are gonna hinge away from you, away from the wall, so that you can squat.
Yeah.
It gets hard, right?
Yep.
But you're feeling probably tightness all through here, because it doesn't want to shift backwards.
I don't know I don't know, I just can't get there.
But the better you get at that, the
Okay.
better the overhead squat test gets.
Okay.
So that's a good way to work on it by yourself, because you're getting instant feedback if you can't tilt forward. You know, you can't cheat because the wall's here.
Okay.
And then the further down you can go with the wall right in front of you, the better and better your hip mobility is going to be
Okay.
for squatting. Okay, cool. Plug that into our, let's see.
So 90 degrees
Yep, forward.
forward.
Is that your ankle okay?
Yep.
Okay, then go back. Keep that foot planted on the ground. Ankle okay?
Yep.
Other foot, switch sides.
This one I've got an Achilles issue with.
So be gentle, don't hurt yourself. Feel okay? Just tighten the Achilles.
Yep.
Okay, and then back. Okay, so your ankle mobility is okay. That's what I was thinking. It's good bilaterally. Okay, more of a hip issue for you as to why your squat isn't great. Okay, this is one Kelly likes to give you for, can you straighten those knees more? Pull your arms up, straighten the knees more. There you go. How far down can you go? If you can't get to your toes, that's okay. That's pretty good. All right, we're gonna give you a good toe touch. You passed another one, Bob.
2 for 8.
All right.
So I do have a bad left shoulder.
Okay.
Dr. Rahal needs to
So
fix
start out here, and we're just rotating it up until it stops. Okay, good. Other side.
This one's a goner.
Okay, so definitely more limited on
It
that
gets
side.
there, but there's no strength.
So keep this.
I mean, it pops.
Yeah. Okay, but it's definitely more limited. You can only get this one to vertical. You got this one past vertical.
Okay.
So now, exact same thing, one side at a time, but in your golf posture. Because as we round our shoulders a little bit, sometimes that can get harder
So
to do. So one side at a time. One side at a time. Okay, a little bit more limited there, but still able to do it. Now the other side, the hard one for you. That's actually not a whole lot. That doesn't change much being in golf posture. Okay. As soon as you're comfortable, close your eyes, see how long we can do it for. Okay, that's fine. Other foot, same thing.
That's trippy.
You did a lot longer on your right leg. Okay, so right leg you were between 6 and 10 seconds, and your left side you were about 2 seconds.
Pathetic.
And that's common for it to be different leg to leg. Most of us we've talked in the putting courses about eye dominance. People have a dominant leg. Everyone knows you have a dominant hand. You're the left-hander or right-hander for most people. Okay, the next test is for our lat range of motion. So we're going to sit up against the wall. So like a wall sit, right?
Okay.
And then super important, so like if I arch my back and there's space back here, I don't want there to be any space. So I want my whole back flat against the wall, no gaps. And then give them the fawns, hey, can I touch my thumbs to the wall? And we'll do right side, left side, and then both together.
Okay.
All right, so wall sit. Down a little lower if you can. Okay, flat back against the wall.
Yep.
All right, thumbs up, arms straight out. Okay, we'll do right side first. Okay, get to the wall. Left side. Okay, and now both together. Is your back coming off the wall a little bit?
Nope.
No? Okay, good. Excellent. Good job. So starting on the right leg. So rotate basically like you're making a backswing. Okay. And then through swing. Okay. Do it one more time each way.
Seems very.
Your other leg can move. You can twist on this thing, whatever you need to do. I just got to keep that one planted. And actually, take your other leg and put it closer to the other foot so you can turn a little easier. Get up on your toe. Take the left foot off the ground when you're doing this. Okay. Backswing. This is uncomfortable for you, isn't it? You can straighten your leg too if that's easier. It might be a lot easier. Okay. All right, so then switch legs. Left on your left leg and on your right toe. And then same thing, we're gonna make a backswing, so turning towards me. And then a through swing.
Seems easier.
All right, so give you an idea of what we're looking for. This is gonna be an area that we need to work on because this is the one that's been the most limited so far. So we use this little template on the ground. I'll adjust the camera so folks at home can see.
Yeah, just even doing that, I can feel the muscles are stressed.
So that's a 60-degree angle right there, which is about the lie angle of your 5-iron.
Oh, okay.
And what we're looking for when I go in here is that my hips turn that much. This is called external rotation. And then, because I'm turning out of my hip and I'm turning into my hip, that's internal rotation. So see how I get to almost internal, I don't quite get to
I think I was just trying to turn my shoulders and not my hips.
Ah, okay, we can try again. So I don't internally rotate right as well as I need to, but I rotate this way just fine.
Okay.
So I have some limitations there too, but yeah, we're trying to turn that stick as far as we can left and right. Let's try it again.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then turn the other way.
My hip flexor right there.
Okay, so not the internal rotation is not very good. Now other foot.
Is that because it's tight on the?
That's a hip mobility issue, yeah. Okay, so a little bit better than it was, but we're still, okay, your external's better there, yeah. Okay.
Balance just sucks.
So one of the things we talk about as far as like golf and your body and how your body works, everybody that plays a lot of golf, what's job number one? Don't get hurt, right? We're trying to avoid injury. So we've talked about throughout this program, we want mobility and we want strength and then we want to add speed. Like that's what we're doing with Bob. So we have to have mobility in the right places and strength in the right places to be able to add on that speed as the third layer. So like if I'm strong where I need to be mobile and I'm mobile where I need to be strong, it's not going to work right. So I've heard it explained this way. It's a really great way of thinking about it. So we have alternating joints from the ground up. A lot of people in golf talk about generating power from the ground up. So I want mobile ankles. We tested your ankles earlier. You need to be able to, that's what's contacting the ground is my feet. My ankles have to move. If you have a frozen ankle, it can get really hard to generate power. I need stable knees. I can't be flopping around. I gotta have some strength. We'll do some strength testing in another couple weeks once Kelly's ready for us to do strength. And we'll test some quad strength because that's a big test for us. You have to have mobile hips. Most common injury in golf is back injuries. You hear about it the most. If my hips can't rotate, guess where my body's gonna find the rotation somewhere. Guess where it gets it?
Right in the spine?
Low spine. And that's bad for us because I need a stable low back. And then I need mobile shoulders. That's why we're testing shoulders. I need a stable. Yep. Okay, crisscross your feet. Can you get the club over behind your neck? Your shoulders? Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Right way, left way. Does one feel harder or easier? Seems like left is easier for you.
Feels the same.
Feels the same?
Nothing special.
Your ability to turn left is more, just so you know. Yeah, hips up, okay. Okay, and down. Other side. Hips up.
This feels really good.
That's really good. Great job.
So I do this one a lot at the house, so that's why.
And what that does is, yeah, you notice you were a little wobbly. So if you're using your glute to hold your hips up, you won't be as wobbly. If your glute's strong enough to hold your hips up,
Yeah.
you won't be as wobbly. If your hamstring starts engaging because your glute's weak or turned off, you'll start wobbling more and you'll usually cramp in that hamstring. So good job. That's good strength.
Yeah, I can feel it in that really tight left muscle.
Ready?
Yep. Turn to the right. Okay. Any pain or anything?
It's creaking a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, just slightly limited there, but you're getting
But
some turn.
It's tight. I mean, I can feel
Yeah.
the muscles that I have to.
Yep.
It's almost like I'm raising my shoulders cheek.
All right, so stay right there. These are easy. So you can hold your arm out in front of you with your thumb, and we'll start on the right side. And then we're gonna go turning it over, turning it back, all the way down as far as you can go, all the way out as far as you can go. Keep going if you can. Okay. Hang on, right side. Okay, left side.
Doesn't want to turn down as much this way. It kind of gets there, but I can feel it in those muscles in my bad shoulder.
Limited left. Okay. A couple other wrist checks. So now thumb up. Try to touch your thumb to the top of your wrist and then also down. So up, down. Let's see, that one's normal. Ulnar is limited. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, up's harder for most of us, but all right. And then last but not least, back to this guy, thumbs out. Now I'm gonna go wrist up, wrist down. That's as far down as you can go.
Yeah.
Okay, other side. Okay, that one goes down a lot farther.
Yeah.
So on the right side,
Oh yeah, I guess it does. It's as far as
flexion is limited right,
tight. Yeah.
and they're both pretty good extending. All right, so that is our TPI mobility screen. So the great thing about this is gonna give you a score. It's kind of like a handicap for
Okay.
golf. The other cool thing about TPI, and Kelly's working on a bunch of mobility stuff with you, but we talked about time. And I'm gonna have Kelly go through this before we send it to you, but
Is all that stuff gonna be in the email that you send me?
yes, this will send you results of your screen. It's also gonna send you, I can customize, I can give you a 15-minute routine, I can give you a 30-minute routine, I can give you an hour. You seem like a 15-minute guy to me.
Give me 30.
Because I'd rather you do it, even if it's shorter,
We'll
than
start.
not do it. You wanna start with 15? All right, I thought you did 15. All right, so completing your screen. Your golf, what's your handicap for golf these days?
6.
So you're a 6 handicap at, scoring the golf ball. Your golf fitness handicap right now is 29.
Ouch.
So we got some work to do. And if you look through here,
Is that age appropriate too?
it's just mobility. So like John Daly doesn't seem very fit. His golf fitness, he's like a +10.
Really?
Because his mobility, well, when he was younger, he's starting to see it some. He's had some knee problems and some other things because he carries a little extra weight, like a lot of us. But his mobility is incredible
Okay.
for a guy who doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
You look at so we can see what's red. Those are tests that you failed. Yellow is tests that we partially passed, and in green we were good.
Cool.
So your torso rotation is good. Your ability to turn your torso is good. Your mobility, that toe touch, that was really good.
Yeah,
The lat test was better than I expected, and your glute bridge strength was really good. The things that were the worst, we saw overhead deep squat, the single leg balances, and also the rotation when we were standing on one leg, the rotation when we were sitting in the chair, and then you got a couple of wrist things going on that I wasn't expecting, but we at least
They
know
feel
they're there.
fine.
Yeah, no, but it's just range of motion, right? Like we were looking at your swing a little earlier, and you're saying like, you don't know how Dustin Johnson does that. Based on what your body can do, what we just saw, you should never try to do the Dustin Johnson swing because your wrist can't do it. You're just setting yourself up for failure. So we got to come up with we either have to work on that wrist a lot, or come up with a different plan for how you're going to swing the
We'll
golf.
do a different plan.
The cool thing about the TPI app is now it'll generate a workout for you. So I can give you a 15-minute version, and we're going to start with that one. And maybe if I can get you to commit to doing that 2 or 3 times a week, if you get good at that habit, we'll make it 30 minutes and make it a little bit longer.
Nice wide stance, toes are forward, the wider the better. The base of the stick is in towards your feet. The tip of the stick is away. Right hand over left, arms are straight, stand up straight. So if I stand next to you, your shoulders, hips, knees are all in alignment. Right, hands go a little higher, Bob. There you go, no bend in the elbow. 30% tension into the stick, into the floor. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, reach your hips back towards me and the tip of the stick towards the window. Drop your head right in between your arms. Exhale out all your air. Inhale, stand right back up. No bend in the arms. Just let those hips start to move back. Big inhale. Exhale, you fold. Imagine I've got a belt wrapped around your waist. I'm yanking you backwards. Nice flat backs and that butt back. Stand on up. Slowly. There you go, Bob. Now we're going to take the rotation. So we go down first, big inhale, reach the tip of the stick out, head goes down, nice flat line. Take this stick to the right without moving your hips. So just shoulders and head. Good, Andy. Nice straight arms, your neck is in line. And then circle that stick around to the other side. Keep your head inside your arms, Bob. Reach longer to the corner of the room, no bent arms. Beautiful, Andy. And then come back to the middle, and then stand on up. Good. Narrow your stance a tiny bit. Put the stick in your left hand, right in the middle where it's most bendy, so these sticks provide feedback. So narrow your stance and put it to the right of your foot. Just like me.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, sorry.
Right hand. Narrow your stance. Boom. 90-degree elbow with the hand. So you're here. Yep. Lateral flexion. The left hand reaches up and tries to touch the top of the stick. Perfect. So your hips don't stick out. You're in one straight line. And then come on up. Now you're going to try your bow and arrow. So the left hand comes up, turns out, grabs the top of the stick, pull with the left hand, push with the right, and send your hip out to the left. No low back, tuck that belly button in, breathe, drop your chin to the base of your stick. Inhale. look up to the top of your stick, move that neck, come back neutral, release your right arm, stand up straight. Cross your left foot over your right foot. Stick stays right over here. Same thing, so you're gonna wanna give your hips a little rock. 3, 2, 1. So you're trying to get your right hip forward while crossing over to the left. Hand comes up and reach for stick. Where do you feel that? Bob?
Both my left and right hips.
How about you, Andy?
Left.
Left hip,
Yeah.
in the compressed right
And
hip.
a lot of
sometimes
left.
normal. Come on out. Uncross your feet. Wide stance, stick in left hand. Here we go, lateral flexion. So we just reach up and over. Think about just your hips moving. Belly button is in, 2 shoulders face. And then stand back up. We'll go to that one in a second, Bob. And just stand on up. Hand comes up. Hold the stick, turn the hand out, pull with the right hand, push with the left, and that right hip goes all the way out. Drop your chin to the floor. Inhale, exhale, look up at the top of your stick. Come back neutral, stand on up. Good. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Try to have both hip joints facing forward. So really engage the left glute here more. And then hand comes up to the side, push into the ground with both feet. You're trying to squeeze your thighs together. Push the ground down. You're on a flat foot, you just breathe. And then come on up. That was much better. Round 2, Bob. Do you feel better in those moves?
A little bit.
Okay. It looked better.
Never
Maybe
break
you're-
the stick.
Nobody's broken the sticks. That's it, tap sticks.
Sword fight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, Bobrina.
I don't do it all at once. I don't do it all in one day, do I?
You do.
Okay.
So these first 5 exercises are your warm-up.
Those are
every
my
time.
warm-ups.
Then you're done, you're warm. Then we do the first block of 4, 3 exercises, 2 times. When you're done with these, run through 1, 2, 3, take a break, do them again. Then you start the stick series.
Okay.
And then after the stick series is done, we did the wide leg stance windmills. That one.
Okay.
Bob, how many times last week did you do your first routine? 3 times?
0. I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so I'm not doing it on vacation.
So here we are. We started on May 8th, and we started again on May, 13th? And we'll start again when he gets back from vacation.
Yeah.
But remember, just like strength training, mobility and flexibility come in repetition. Has to be done minimum 3 times a week, minimum, to see change and get things moving.
I'm ready.
Okay, he's ready
I'm
after
ready.
vacation.